Hello, everybody. I want to talk to parents who say, my kids are gone, what do I do? My daughters have been gone for about 15 years, and they left unexpectedly on their own accord. So when they left, I was not prepared. I didn't know what to do. Um, it was tough. Because I thought, who am I going to pour myself into? And what do I do with this extra time? And I'm worried about them and I don't know where they're at and I can't get a hold of them and this and that. And so I thought, well, after all this time, I try to help other people by giving them suggestions as to what they can do to fill that time and space. And I have to admit, I'm going to tell you what I've done. I have made a journey to the past. And this is the past before I had children, a journey back into my childhood. And I'm really excited to share this with you. Years ago, I decided to I live in McGuanago, Wisconsin, and years ago I decided to start going back to West Allis, Wisconsin, where I was born and raised, and I started to drive around to my favorite areas, which school, church, the playgrounds I used to play at, the roads I used to walk on, the library, and this and that. And my city has been a lot of it has been revamped. So the original library that I went to as a little girl is now being utilized as a senior apartment complex. And so they have a new library where I took my daughters to. And so, anyways, I decided to fib my way into these facilities. And so, for instance, my original library, I called them up to say, my dad is elderly and we're trying to find an assisted living place for him. So I'm kind of doing research. So I got into the original library, which was awesome. But for the fact, when you go back to your childhood, if a building that you loved was purchased and revamped and it's now apartments, understand the outside looks the same, but the inside is totally different. Where the main library area where the card catalog was and all that, and the desk, and I'd sit in the at the table and do my research and read. All of that is gone. It is now an apartment. So it's not like I can wander the hall, upstairs, downstairs, and look at books. Sometimes it's tough because sometimes those things are kind of just null and void. So you can outside looks the same, the inside is different. So it's kind of sad because you might see maybe a window or maybe a door, but a lot of it is just revamped. I went into the original Paradise Theater, now is a church. I forgot the name of the church. The original Paradise Theater was on 64th, 63rd and Greenfield in West Allis, and that's where I saw movies when I was a little girl. My grandma lived right up on 64th Street. So I decided to contact the church a number of years ago, and I said, I would like to go through and see the original structure of the Paradise Theater. And believe it or not, someone gave me a tour. I got to see where up the stairs and look down over a balcony where I saw the original screen that they would pull down for the movies and go up. I went through the building. It was really neat to see it. So I have been doing some research regarding my childhood. Pretty soon I will go through my kindergarten school because my kindergarten school is still standing and there's still a school there, same name and everything. They built on an office on the left hand side of the front of the building. And so I went in there and I said, I would love to talk to the principal to see if I can get a tour of my school. And we're going to do it. It's so much fun. I have been taking pictures of various churches. I sat outside and documented. I went through my original um, childhood church when they opened the doors before the demo happened. And then I sat outside and got pictures of the school as it was coming down. So I have taken a journey into the past. I'm really excited to share that with you guys because lo and behold, you just never know when things are going to come to an end. So if your children are gone, you're an empty nester, and you live in the same area, go ahead and go back. It's fun. It's Be prepared that the buildings and such are not going to be the same way they were before. Possibly, maybe they are. But anyways, journey to the path, and it'll give you something to do. We'll talk with you later. Bye bye.